Tuesday night live stream. Get that out of my system. The heating's not working. I'm going to have to explain this 100 times tonight. So I won't even bother explaining it now. I'll wait until people are watching and commenting. But that's okay. Oh God, I'm really gassy. I'm not even, pour myself a beverage. All right. That's all happening. Hey, Justin, how you doing? You're orange. It's got like a lump on it, like it's got a deformity. I suspect I'm overthinking this. Let's go. Oof. That's not good. All right. Got to peel the pith off this. Take away the pith. The orange oil, maybe? Yeah. It's kind of ordinary. Oh, God. So much pith on this, though. Definitely got to trim that off. All kinds of not good. All right, now put that in there. Man, that is really weird. It's just doing peel, but you can see it's gone right down to the orange. And this bit's also weird. Okay, I managed to just get a weird orange. That's what's happening. Oh, I saw that. Yeah, no. It's for the lollipop man, wasn't it? The thing you put on Discord? Very nice. Oh, yeah, this is something wrong with this fucking orange. Damn. Oh, well. What holes are on? It's nice to touch. See, back in my day, in the olden days, we didn't even have crossing guards. Lollipop people. Probably could have done with it, dumber man. Crazy drivers. Oh, nice. Hannah, good vibes, good juju. Done its work. I'm so glad. Doing the best vibe sending. Brother gets discharged without need for surgery or ICU, which is fantastic. Because respiratory illnesses, you never know where they're going to friggin' go. And Fieldy, it's Tuesday night. I am indeed on. Like Donkey Kong. Got a cherry. That is a really little cherry. I was only going to do one, but I don't know. It's just a really little cherry. Come on, down to the last couple of cherries in this jar. Come on, there's only a couple of you. Surely I can get one of you. There we go. Oh, no, wait. These last ones, I think they're soft and mushy or something because I stabbed it. It didn't come through. Anyway, got it. Now. Oh, Greg. Cocktail shirt. Fucking heating's not working is what's with this. Got my big fuzzy dressing gown on. I might take it off. I've just got to warm up. This fucking room's cold. But yeah, the coldest part of winter, the heating's decided to become really unreliable. Yes, the long-serving lollipop man. They're so long, protected the students of past students. Yeah, it is pretty snug, this dressing gown, honestly. And yes, wedding shed, the house locked up all day. And thanks, Celtic, for the sexy vote. We had the weirdest day today. Like yesterday was the morning. Yesterday was one of the coldest mornings of winter. This morning, I was like going out to my car and going, have I gone crazy or is it really warm out here? And it was like 16, 17 degrees, 7 in the morning. And then this cold front and wind and rain came through. And at lunchtime, it would drop down to like 12. Ridiculous. Oh no, Super Baby used biological warfare on you. Babies are germ factories. Clapping your hands, grabbed your thumbs, pulled himself an inch from your face, and coughed straight in the face. Babies do that. Well, Celtic, here's the thing. I do wear this more often. It's very warm and fuzzy and soft. I just don't wear it on streams. But if my heating is not going to work, you might see it a bit. That's a tasty drink. So I've had a thought about the cocktail channel and the potential of reinventing or adapting it or whatever. And I was thinking, because I like making clarified cocktails, and when I was looking at my channel, 5 of my top 10 videos are clarified cocktails. I think I should lean into that. Just do clarified cocktails. And I'm thinking of sort of focusing on some of the most popular cocktails in the world, but clarified. And the Difford's Guide website is good for that, because he has, millions of people come to his site over the year, and he uses analytics to work out what are the most popular, what are the most looked at cocktail recipes, which is a pretty good measurement of, well, what are the most popular cocktails. So I could just do clarified versions of all the clarified cocktails. And Greg, I haven't done a winter cocktail this winter. I did last. I should make my favorite winter cocktail. It's called Le Père Bis, which I think is named after a location. It's a version of a hot toddy. Use chamomile tea, peated whiskey, elderflower liqueur. Oh my god, it's so freaking good. So hopefully the cocktail vid this week. What are we talking about? Which video are we saying earns a yum? Oh, I was going to show, if you haven't already seen it, I did a variation on the TikTok editing as well, and I was going to share it. See what y'all thought of it. The bluebird. Yeah, no, the bluebird is good. Looks cool too. Blue cocktails look cool. All right, I'm going to share the TikTok one. See, I've done another experiment with the editing. Wait, what's going on? Oh no. Oh wait, where's my profile? Oh wait, no, I don't have a profile on this one. I got to, yes, search. Okay, so where are we? No, that's not it. Wait, is it not live? Is something? Oh, it's not live. Okay. Excuse me for just 1 minute. Corby, this is Pi Day for people who use calendars correctly. USA, the only country in the world that does 314, as in March 14th. 22 divided by 7 is approximately pi. So yes, this is Pi Day for people who use calendars correctly. Okay, I'm back. I just realized what I hadn't done with this TikTok video. Basically, I hadn't published it. I forgot how TikTok worked. After you upload a video, you have to click post, and I didn't do that. So I'll give it, I don't know, half an hour, and we'll do that. Justin, your lease expires in October. The landlord wants to sell. Intending to move to Melbourne next year. Oh God, there's so many variables in that, Justin. I'm a bit reticent to chime in on such a big decision. Yes, home for the elderly. There's some sort of irony in a typo, so you don't spell correctly. Oh, sorry, my chair's doing something weird. That's fine though. Wait, fuck is this? Oh, it's a bot thing. Okay, that was quite weird. TikTok just thought I was a bot. Oh, did I spell? No, I didn't notice I spelt correctly wrong. Justin, what would I do? I don't know that's well, like, there's too many variables. Like, is there an option to stay in Canberra longer? Why were you moving to Melbourne? Will that still work if you do it sooner? Handy, you got cuddles with Super Baby on the weekend, which is nice. Educated in the new spicy ways. Good vibes, Juju. We all send him. Oh, nice. I'm glad Super Baby knows that we're all on his side. Got to give Super Baby all the support because that's important. So I got to resist just going back and refreshing TikTok. I'll just leave it for half an hour and the video should come available. Because I'm just interested in views on. I've done a variation of the editing style. Interested, is this more or less distracting? Essentially, is it more or less effective? Does it make the video more or less engaging? Not that I'm particularly worried about TikTok. I'm just playing around. So Super Baby responded with a massive smile, growl, and threw his monkey on the floor. Yeah, that does seem like the right response. Threw the monkey on the ground. Was that a Lonely Island song? I threw it on the ground. That is possibly their weirdest one. And there's some serious competition actually in the Lonely Island songs for weirdness. But Threw It on the Ground is kind of I think it could qualify as their most absurdist video. It's very strange. They're all a bit wacky. Even there was their most recent one, Sushi Glory Hole, which is it's pretty unhinged in a good way. But Threw It on the Ground is just weird. Suggestion: your agent told you that advertising the property is an investment. Who knows what happens by October? It is true, yes. Yeah, maybe it just keeps things simple for you when you stay on for a while longer and go with your original plan. It's so bizarre. Like these oranges, I only want them for the peel. So I'm one of those people who picks up multiple oranges and I want one to go, how perfect is this peel? And I didn't notice this one had a bit of weirdness happening in its peel. And I thought, what's that all about? Is it going to be weird when I peel it? And it was. And it's just the weird bits, and it just went right down to the actual fruit. Who knows what that's about? It's all very weird. Justin, that's very cavalier. If you're staying in Canberra, you'd buy it yourself. Money bags. So I thought Canberra was very expensive. Got to tell landlord, well, tell the real estate agent, the fucking heater stopped working. We kept thinking, oh, it's just being weird. Maybe it'll come back. And it's not. And it's fucking cold at the moment. We're in glass half full again. Well, we're saving money by not running the heating. We're also getting really fucking cold. Just got to sit on the lounge wrapped up in a blanket. Oh, okay. So, bottom screen is terrible. Okay, it's putting you off. So, is that the one that's just appeared? Because I forget what's in there. The glitching TV. Okay. See, this is all just experiments. See, it's all good because it's just experiments and just throwing stuff against the wall and saying, you hate the glitchy TV. I don't know. Is that just a you thing, though, Home for the Elderly, with the glitchy TV? Just that probably happens sometimes. The tenants buy when a landlord sells. Celtic planning to immigrate to Belgium. Why the hell not? Go for it. And hello, Madam Butterfly. So look, okay, it's there now. I want to show everyone the thing that Home for the Elderly hates. So yeah, it was just another experiment, just with different editing styles. And honestly, it's cool if it's cool if nobody likes it. Now he wants sound. It's cool if nobody likes it.
G'day cocktail lovers and welcome to the Cocktail Dough, where we bring you all the big league excitement of making cocktails. I'm your host, Chuck Carrots, and it's my privilege to introduce my co-host, Archbishop. Thanks, Chuck. Today I'm very excited because we're getting a special cocktail to celebrate Tequila Day. I'm excited too, Arch, but some people have, shall we say, a very negative relationship with tequila. Fair to say, Chuck, but far be it for me to judge, but I think we could say people have had bad experiences with tequila which they blame on tequila, maybe need to spend a bit of time examining their own choices and actions. Yes, Arch, I don't like to generalize, but every single person I know who says tequila makes them sick, they're basing that off a night out where they did 12 shots in an hour, woke up in the gutter, covered in vomit, and then they had to deal with a 2-day hangover. I didn't know you went to the same university as me, Chuck. I don't believe I did, Arch. Well, you certainly have a detailed knowledge of an average Friday night. Oh, well, some things are universal. But enough about our misspent youth. Let's see what Mr. Angry is bringing for Tequila Day. Thanks, Chuck and Arch. We're going to be doing something a little different. You see, you get a lot of classic and modern classic cocktails that use either Blanco or Reposado tequila, but not so many that use Añejo tequila. And that's what I'm going to be doing today. What are the differences with the tequilas, Mr. Angry? And why do some people say never use Añejo in a cocktail? With the 3 tequilas, Blanco or Silver tequila is unaged. That's going to be clear. Reposado means rested, and that's tequila that's been aged for up to a year, and that's usually going to be a golden color. Then you get Añejo. That's aged longer than Reposado, up to 4 years, and that's going to be a darker color and will have richer flavors. And as for the don't use Añejo in tequila, I don't get that. It's like people saying, it's too good, don't have it in a drink, because you might like drinking it. Oh, are they scared the cocktail's going to be too good? Yeah, Chuck. Do they think the enjoyment police are going to come down, knock down their door, smack the drink out of their hands? Yeah. Hey, you're enjoying that cocktail too much. Well, can't be having that. Look, if there's a particular spirit you only want to sit and eat, you do you. But don't listen to any uptight weirdo who says you can't use that ingredient in a cocktail because it's too high quality. Today's recipe comes from Jim Meehan's PDT cocktail book. Now, Jim Meehan is probably in the top 10 most influential people in the world for the last 20 years of the cocktail renaissance. And if he says, hey, I'm serving a cocktail with Añejo tequila, then maybe the pedants should shut the fuck up before they make complete fools of themselves. And this one has an interesting little touch I've not seen before. You rinse your glass with mezcal. Now, there's a few different ways you can do that. If you have an atomizer, you can spray the inside of the glass with your mezcal. You can just put like about a bar spoon in and swirl it around and tip out the excess. But there's a method I like that does double duty, chills the glass and doesn't waste your mezcal. I fill the glass that you're going to serve in with ice and then pour maybe around 1/4 ounce of mezcal on top of that and set that aside while you make the cocktail. When you're ready to serve the drink, you strain out that mezcal into a shot glass, dump the ice, then you've got a chilled glass and a little chaser of mezcal on the side to enjoy after your cocktail. With that glass set aside, the tequila is front and center in our cocktail, and we're going to put 2 ounces of Añejo tequila into our shaker. Next, we want a bitter aperitivo. The recipe in the book says to use Aperol. I'm actually going to sub in this locally made aperitivo from the Gospel Distillery. Either way, you want 3/4 ounce, around 22.5 mils of your bitter aperitivo into the shaker. A bit of sweetness now. We're going to put some cherry liqueur in. Again, the recipe said cherry hearing, but use the cherry liqueur of your choice. And we will once again be adding 3/4 ounce, 22.5 mils this time of cherry liqueur. The final ingredient is lemon juice. We're going to add the same amount as we did the last 2 ingredients, putting in 3/4 ounce or 22.5 mils of lemon juice into our shaker. That's all the ingredients. So we add ice to our shaker, put it together, bang it in hard, give that a good solid shake for 10 or 15 seconds. We strain that into our chilled and rinsed cocktail glass. And there is your Eclipse cocktail for Tequila Day. Oh, how well do those flavors go together? Earthy, bitter, sweetness. Who'd deny themselves this? Strange people, Chuck. Strange people we want nothing to do with. There's this depth of flavor in the Añejo tequila. It lets it stand up to those other flavors. Well, yet again, Mr. Angry's given us another cocktail that matches the Dome's raison d'etre, our slogan, life is too short to waste time on boring cocktails. And life's too short to not use quality ingredients ingredients in your cocktails. Cheers. Cheers. G'day, cocktail.
All right, that's enough of that. Okay, answering the questions. Why has it got the filter? Because that's a kind of thing that TikTok does. So both Greg and Home for the Elderly agree the bottom half is for true. Yeah, and that's fine. I'm literally just experimenting and throwing things about. I kind of liked Greg's idea of having the main bit in the middle and having expanded. So what's Home for the Elderly said here? TikTok people with second attention span. Yeah, and that's what I'd had before. Yeah, so I'm just experimenting. And I appreciate the feedback. And feedback like, no, I don't like it, it's triggering me. Good feedback. But so you never know. Why are so many people watching me? Where are they coming from? Oh, there's a bunch of people on YouTube. Okay, that's cool. Justin talked to the military about TikTok. Enemy misinformation weapon. Oh, dear. Well, look, again, it's the whole thing with companies, technology, and whatnot coming out of China. It's, you hear people being paranoid, but you absolutely cannot trust the Chinese regime. There's no way you can trust the Chinese Communist Party. That they would fuck you around in a heartbeat. So even all the really weird conspiracy stuff, like they could take over the cars and make them crash, they probably haven't got the technology to do that, but they might. Ray's sound needs more editing. No. You. There's definitely a bit of room echo. Then again, God, those are like a year or two old. Those videos. I'm not going to reshoot them. I'm just repurposing. Even just the editing. Like every time I watch a video that's even only a year or two old, I look at it and go, "Oh, I'd edit this differently now. I've gotten better at editing." Even like, I've been doing the YouTube thing overall for like, fucking bordering on 20 years now. Over 19 years anyway. But yeah, okay. But okay, what about my grand idea to actually possibly exclusively, but certainly majorly in the content, do clarified cocktails, because that's my most popular cocktails anyway, and it's a thing I like doing. So I could make a cocktail, like the video would literally be make a cocktail and a clarified version of the same cocktail and taste them side by side. And I'd probably do like a short video that I'd put up at the start of the week, and that's just the cocktail, and then say, and if you want to see what this is like clarified, come back, make sure you're subscribed, because I'll be uploading a video later this week where I do a clarified version of this and I compare the two. Even thinking of changing the channel name for that. Call it Cocktail Clarity. Oh yeah, Justin. But also, you're saying leave your phone behind in China. Any business or government person, you have to assume any phone or laptop you take into China is compromised. It's foolish to not do that. It basically has to be a throwaway. But also, I would not take a phone or a laptop into the US just because they're assholes at the border. FW, rename mocktails to crocktails as what? They're a crock of shit. So, hopefully, do you like the clarified idea? Because I was just thinking about it. I really like making clarified cocktails. I make clarified cocktails every week just to use my orange juice up. So why not actually make that the channel? Yeah, and that's the thing, Ray's. I really like making clarified cocktails, and I think it would be a fun exploration. Like I could spend a year like doing a different cocktail every week. Just do like 50 of the most popular cocktails and do clarified versions of the same cocktail. Yeah, clarified cocktail, clear ice. Yeah, signature move. Actually, speaking of which, my coconut rum. Give it another shake. I think I'll filter this on. I'm not even doing this for a video. It's just to have some more coconut rum because I used up all my coconut rum. When Dr. Abigail was over one time, I was just making Dr. Abigail and Mrs. Angry pina coladas all night. They had like 3 pina coladas each. I was using my coconut rum for it. I used up most of it. Oh, yeah, Greg, barrel aging stuff too. Is anything beans burned out the same bullshit? Oh, thanks, Rays. You think TikTok's not giving me spark? Well, it was kind of fun to edit old videos. Yeah, 2-part reel shorts would still be a thing. I was seeing some statistics. YouTube shorts are viewed 3 times more than TikTok videos, which is fascinating to me. Just what about going to countries like Vietnam? Oh, yeah, it is funny. Vietnam is a communist country, but definitely does not like China. Definitely sees them as a threat, actually. Basically, I think around the world, having a personal electronic device going across borders seems like a bad idea because they're all being assholes. But yeah, the top 2 I would not take my personal phone or laptop into are China and the United States. I mean, I could throw Russia in there as well, but Jesus, I don't know if you can even go to Russia at the moment. AFW, exactly. No love lost between China and Vietnam. Probably I'm trying to think the antipathy between Asian countries. South Vietnam and Japan. Ooh, a lot of animosity there. But it's like you want to get into a really big fight with someone Japanese, you just say they stole their language and culture from Korea, and then get in fight with a South Korean saying they just stole their language and culture from Japan, because there is actually a lot of crossover, and both of them hate it if you point it out. I feel that you wouldn't take your phone, just do a burner. Yeah, I have to admit, just even for convenience to not lose it, even just going to the UK, I didn't take my personal phone. I just got a burner phone when I was there. Safa, you're just like, yeah, you definitely don't go to Russia, man. I'm not even sure if you can go to Russia at the moment. Not sure if there's any blocks on travel. Right, he's taking your phone, customs, seeing your dick. Exactly, Justin. The changes in time and who's friend and who's foe. God, you know what you just made me think of? Neil Stephenson's book, Cryptonomicon, which is across a couple of times. And part of it's in World War II, where America and Japan are at war. It's in the Philippines. And then some of the same characters years later, and the Japanese character and the American character are friends, and now the untrustworthy adversary is the Chinese. It's very interesting. I feel the freckles. Safi, your mum recently went to Russia. Yeah, but yeah, I haven't heard of any restrictions. I was just wondering. FW had a job, good mix of nationalities. Relations between each group was educational. Yeah, I mean, lots of nationalities. Like, I've been working in IT for 30 years. You get a lot of nationalities in that. Most people are really good. Actually, Ray, that just seems like a great border prank to do. You open your phone for me, you go, yep, and just have just a huge amount of dick pics on it. So it's stuff you had to replace inverter heating during lockdown. There you go. Well, mine's not fucking working at the moment, so I'm really annoyed. Just in Vietnam's another case. Oh, that's a whole complex thing. The US and their anti-communist paranoia and the ridiculous number of people killed because of their anti-communist paranoia. Very unsettling. But of course, the French called it the Indochina War, and they friggin' lost. And then, yes, the US grossly miscalculated. I like that. Ray's going to Russia. They open your phone and Vladimir Putin's your wallpaper. So if you took your laptop to China 2012. Oh, yeah. I'm surprised you could fucking access anything. Couldn't get Outlook in Guangzhou. Hong Kong is different. Technically China, particularly if you ask China. There's going to be Vietnam's. Oh, yeah. Empire building. And again, the real weird, over the top anti-communist paranoia. Justin, I'm not an expert in the history. You're saying Ho Chi Minh was pro-USA. Yeah, but again, the paranoid decisions made because of anti-communism was ridiculous. And the thing that killed, I don't know what the body count would be. Would it be in the millions? Count the Korean War, Vietnam War, various overthrow of democratically elected governments in South America. I feel like the body count for America's weird anti-communist paranoia would be in the millions. Oh, Home Fidelity. Was the Jubilee video, was that guy, was it the one, was it a journalist versus hard right people? I just clicked through it and I found it hilarious. The one guy, he was just fucking with them. Like I just jumped through and click a bit, and it's just like, oh yeah, he's not being polite in the slightest. He's just going, "Fuck you, you're all fucking morons." Just when you're in Democrats aboard, speculation the head of the Chinese branch was a spy. But yeah, maybe. Greg, last year went to China, didn't have issues with access to websites. Might have been due to global warming. Yeah, I don't even know what the rules are for foreigners in China anymore, Greg. And for the other, they're meant to be far right, but they made the far right look like lefties. Yeah, I didn't watch much of it because on a core level, I find those videos stupid. But it was kind of funny that, I don't know, what was the guy? Was he progressive? But he was just shit talking them the whole time. Knee deep in fashion. Yeah, I don't know which guy that would have been, Home Field, because I was just flicking through. It's like, there is no way I'm watching this. But as soon as I saw this guy just shit talking them rather than being polite, I just like, I just want to jump through and see him shit talking people. That was kind of a hoot. So, yeah, it's kind of funny how many people in the US in particular, but not just there, through Europe as well, will just be openly fascist. And it's like, wow, that used to be uncool. But now you're just so deep into being a fucking fascist. as in worshipping fascism. And they go, you call everyone a fascist. And certainly, historically, it has been a failing of progressives to just call anyone who's conservative a fascist, going back to Richard Nixon, Malcolm Fraser in Australia, George Bush, all these things, Ronald Reagan, call them fascists. Like, yeah, they're hard conservative, some of them, and shitheads. But now with Trump, we get actual fascists, people who adhere to Nazi ideologies. Like, holy shit. Okay, yeah, that guy's a journo. Yeah, English. And why are the fascists returning? Good question, Safa, because we, I don't know, didn't execute enough of them after World War II. One of them was a Nick Fuentes fan. Nice. I just like, there was the guy, Mehdi Hassan, and he was just taking the piss from what I saw. And well, there's some comedy value in him just not taking them seriously and just shit talking him. Justin, go if you want to go to China, go to Taiwan. Well, again, China say they own Taiwan, whereas a lot of people in Taiwan say no, you don't. And a lot of people think that's going to be the flashpoint for a major conflict, if not a global war, because there really do seem to be far too many people who talk about that in a very cavalier way that I find absolutely disgusting. SW, have an auntie has her own wish list. Dare I ask what that means? Well, Safra, it's not even technically like China says Taiwan is China. Actually, I don't know what the relative numbers are with other countries recognizing China's claim and who doesn't. China, they're both China from a certain point of view. They're China from China's point of view. That's unequivocal. No. Yeah, it's all a bit fraught. Oh, it's going to talk about something more cheerful. SW, okay. So this wish list was people she wants the government to round up to be so Australia's a good white Christian nation. Oh gosh, that'd be a big list. God, if she knew me, I'd be on the list. Oh dear. Yeah, she's just remind me. I was a read book. Listen to the audio book. Australian writer John Birmingham, cyber war series of novels. The first one's called Zero Day, and I actually think it's quite clever and quite well researched in that it's when China decides they are going to take Taiwan and take control of the South Pacific, because and you read between the lines, it's set, I don't know, 10 or 15 years in the future, because climate change has fucked up crops around the world for multiple years. And China needs more food sources, so they make a move. And they just want to distract America with a cyber attack. And it's very cleverly done. It's the death of 1,000 cuts. They don't completely try to destroy the systems. They've just been embedded in systems for ages and sitting there silently. And they just send the police and the military on wild goose chases. They fuck up comms. And then the critical thing they do is fuck up the supply chain for food to the cities, and it ends up being miscalculation on China's part, because they've worked on the assumption the American military would take over and bring things under control, because that's what they do in China. But it's America, and they don't do that, and everything goes to shit. And then opportunistic attacks happen around the world, and then the entire global civilization collapses. It's really cheerful. But the actual attacks are pretty well researched and pretty well thought out. There is actually a Netflix series called 0 Day. Robert De Niro's the lead in it. And I watched that. And it's shit, actually. I watched it all the way through. But their version of a cyber attack is a stupid Hollywood cyber, and it's fucking bullshit. The show also seems to be pro-torture. It's very fucking weird. But yeah, I watched it mainly because it was called 0 Day, and this really good, quite series of novels starts with one called 0 Day, whereas John Birmingham had done the proper research. And I watched the Netflix one, and it was fucking stupid. Safa, my dinner was pizza, frozen supermarket pizza. Date night was very busy. Okay, so date night was at one of our favorite places, and it had become our favorite. Well, it was always good. Pre-COVID, there was a place called After the Tears, which was a Polish restaurant, and it was a spin-off of one that's on Chapel Street, which I think is still there, called Vodka Borscht and Tears. And the same people opened one in Elstonwick called After the Tears. Now, they closed in COVID, which was sad because we quite liked it. But this place called Copycat opened, and it was really good. And then they changed ownership, and the new guy who was managing it, name of Jake, was friggin' awesome. And he loved me and Mrs. Angry because we were really into the cocktails and whatnot. And so he'd make us special stuff. And we loved going there the last couple of times to him. And we went there and getting all geared up and getting really excited to see Jake and see we get spoiled. And we didn't see him, and we didn't recognize any of the staff. So I said to someone, "Is Jake not working tonight?" He's like, "Who's Jake? Does he work in the kitchen?" He's the manager. And they went, "Oh, ownership changed." And they completely changed the staff. So our man Jake wasn't there, so we didn't get any of the special treatment. So it was really disappointing. Although the food and drinks were both still really good. It's just we were expecting Jake to spoil us, and he wasn't there. And so that was a bit depressing. But it was very busy. Like the peak time between, like we were there at 7, between 7 and 8, place was basically full. So they did well. Did it get rain? Yes. I had the weirdest day because I mentioned this earlier, but when I got up to go to work, like 7 a.m., it was weirdly warm. Like I thought, is my brain and my senses not working? Because it feels weirdly warm. And it was like 16, 17 degrees at 7, 8 a.m. this morning. And then this front came through, rain, wind, and by lunchtime, it was really strong winds, rain, and the temperature dropped to 12. And then by the time I got home, the sun came out again. Although it's probably still pretty cold. And it's still pretty cold in here, which is why I'm fucking wearing this tonight, because my heating's broken. But yeah, weird day. But there was a bit of rain. I don't think it was a huge amount, but when it hit around lunchtime, it was cold, wind, and a bit of a surge of rain. So that was kind of shit. But yeah, it was very weird. The morning was so warm. It was very weird. Yeah, SW, that's Victoria. Today was like literally like a stereotype Melbourne weather. Like 3 really dramatic shifts in one day. The big body of rain that came across lasted for a couple of hours. It was probably from about 10 a.m. till 1 p.m., 1 or 2 p.m. that hung around for that period, but it was freaking weird. Like it was so warm this morning at like 7 or 8 a.m. It was fucking weird. And because yesterday was really cold, it was probably like 5 degrees at 7 a.m. yesterday, and it was 16 to 17 degrees. It's so friggin' weird. So if you got rainy all day, well, that's why it goes sometimes. Okay, while we're boringly talking about weather, I'll suffer any PO box mail. So much PO box mail. Is Toby still there? Celtic King, are you still there? I feel bad about opening your mail if you're not here. I have so much of it. It's ridiculous. I'm just looking at weather predictions now. What's weather for the rest of the week? 13 and rainy tomorrow. Well, okay, tomorrow's shit. Thursday up to 16, but no, 5 overnight. That's cold overnight. Friday 15, 4 millimeters. Jesus. Saturday 7 to 15, 2 to 10 millimeters. Okay, super fucking miserable rainy weekend. Jesus fuck. Wow. Currently, they are predicting a shit weekend. It's not a date night. I'll just fucking stay inside all weekend. I don't know. Jesus. I have to get some pants. I have to go to a shop. I tend to go to the outlet mall near the airport, Moorabbin. Because there's just lots of shops there, so I get a bit of choice. Madam Butterfly, I wish it was colder in the south. Yeah, it's summer in the south, Madam Butterfly. Of course you're hot. Hot and sweaty, I imagine. Where you are, it's like friggin' Queensland in Australia in summer. Hot and humid. All right, I feel like I should be good and drink non-alcohol now. I just filled the glass with ice at the start of the stream, and by the time I get around to it, it's usually melted a bit and drink some water. But I got my mineral water. Also, we're just realizing how many other non-alcoholic beverages I have. I might get some different ones out at the end of the week, because I do actually have probably a dozen different non-alcoholic beverages. I'm just kind of fond of these lightly flavored, no sugar mineral waters, which is very weird. I never would have thought I was into that. Mind you, again, only 20 years ago, I wouldn't have thought I was into alcohol, because I just basically did not drink alcohol 20 years ago. YouTube drove me to drink. That's actually literally true. It was YouTubers who got me into drinking. So, YouTube kids, it's bad for you. Don't do it. That's all I'm saying. I'm going to stick with it. Okay, so I'm thinking cocktail channel. Let's go back to talking about my cocktail channel. So I'm thinking of changing shit up, and maybe not solely clarified cocktails, because like Greg said, barrel aging stuff. So I'm thinking I might start doing it so I just never do a video where all I do is make a cocktail. And I've got several months worth of videos already uploaded where all I do is make cocktails. But I think, like, what do we call it? Cocktail hacks? I think maybe call it cocktail hacks. And then it's like barrel aging, syrups, clear ice, clarified cocktails, batch cocktails. That's what I'm thinking. I'll go. It's always funny, Madam Butterfly. You get up early and hang out and chat, then you have to get dressed and go to work. You step outside, the weather feels like hell. You go to work, that feels like hell. So it is all a bit rough. So yeah, maybe I take the angle that I'm just all cocktail hacks. I never just make a cocktail. I'm also thinking another one I could do is hacking cocktail recipes. Like, okay, here's a recipe I found online. Is this, and this? I'm thinking, we could change a little bit and do this, and I could maybe make 2 or even 3 versions of a cocktail, and go, which is yes. And because I'm pretty sure you can change the name of your YouTube channel. Might even change the name of the channel to Cocktail Hacks. That could be it. Or I could do that for 6 months or a year. Because I'm thinking that would be like, I cut it back to 1 long and 1 short video a week. So 2 videos a week instead of 3 or 4 videos a week. Because I've been doing stuff every second day. Do a short, then 2 days after that, I'll like vertical format, and then 2 days later, horizontal format. 2 days later, vertical format. Actually, cut that back to 2 a week. So I'm thinking the longer one is like something for the weekend. So I put it up on Thursday or Friday. Give people a bit of an idea for something to do for the weekend, and the short I put up on Monday or Tuesday. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. But I did also have an idea this week, because every now and then someone comments on an old video and I forget what's in the video, so I watch it and I go, oh. And there was actually some cocktail videos from a couple of years ago, 2-3 years ago. I was talking about what had been my favorite cocktails. And there was my favorite cocktails from a few years ago. They're in the PDT cocktail book, which is just here. One was called Death and Taxes, and one was called Woodson and Ford. And there was a period, like they were my favorite cocktails, and I haven't made them for 2 years. And so I'm thinking of making a video, and I'm actually not thinking of it. I'm doing this. I'm doing this on Thursday or Friday night, revisiting my favorite cocktails from a couple of years ago. Just saying, like, a couple of years ago, I thought these were the best. And then, because I make so many of these videos, I didn't make them anymore. I was just making new and different videos. I thought, but a couple of years ago, I thought these were the best cocktails, and I haven't had them for a couple of years. Maybe I have them again. What do I think? So I'm definitely doing that. I'm going to remake the Woodson and Ford and the Death and Taxes and see if I still like them. Home for the elderly. You had an espresso martini. Haven't made one in a while. Maybe a year, then you made one. No ice. Oh no, that's a bit rough. Oh no, I forgot to freeze some ice cubes. No. Oh, you innovated. I'm kind of keen to know what your innovation is if you didn't have ice. Always have ice, have so much ice. So you took some tequila. Okay. I'm paying attention. Tequila's got my attention. Oh, yes, Starwood coffee mix. Okay. All right. I'm seeing some creativity here. I'm liking it. Bit of sugar water. Yeah, simple syrup. Yeah, that's what you want. I feel like you're getting a Mexican coffee at this point. Which is, I don't know, sounding pretty interesting, quite honestly. Make it warm and froth milk. Wow. It's like 3-layered coffee, and it's really good. See, that's what experimentation is all about. I just love Justin's been in the background. Has been playing. Oh no! Now you can share your location on Grindr. Come get it, big boy. Yeah, FW. Home for the Elderly is doing science. Dude, I love that you're into learning, Home for the Elderly. Honestly, yeah, if I can get creative. You wrote a letter to Starwood. Ooh, nice. What did you say to Starwood? They sent you a bottle of piss. I appreciate you, man. I'm quite the fan of Starwood. I was messaging Home for the Elderly. Starwood are doing another limited edition ginger beer barrel whiskey. So it's basically a barrel that had been used to mature ginger beer. Starwood got a hold of it, and they put their single malt in there. I don't know if they aged it for a long time or if they just finished it in the ginger beer barrel, but they've done a couple of releases of this over the years. I had one a few years ago, so I'll be able to resist getting this one. It was friggin' good though. Like you're doing this whiskey and it's got a definite ginger beer tinge to it. I feel that you put coffee beans on top of the froth. Test to see if the froth was firm. That's a popular garnish on an espresso martini. Actually, you've got to have the solid enough froth to rest some coffee beans on top. I've had this sweetened condensed milk in the rum for I don't know a week or so now, and I was looking up everyone's thing for fat washing spirits. They say to only leave it for a couple of hours. So I was like, oh, okay. So I've shaken it up again. I'll let it separate tomorrow, and I'll strain it out, filter out all the solids, because that was the yummiest way to make coconut rum that I have discovered. Nice. Home fidelity, you graduating. Justin, I saw the Parliament returning today. I feel like I want to bring up the thing the ABC did. The graphic of the seat shows how much Labor are dominating it. Idol explains, wait until Americans come and say this. Yeah, I know. Well, that's the name of the stream was it's Pi Day for people who read calendars correctly. You used to occasionally write letters to pet food companies saying your cat loved it. They would always send a box of different pet foods as a thank you. Oh, nice trick. And yes, Safa, thank you for asking. I did have my breakfast baguettes on the weekend. Oh, God, I didn't turn the chat log on the screen. Yeah. No, I meant to. I don't know why I forgot it tonight. I haven't forgot it for ages. But yeah, it's there now. I've still got. Okay, I could make another clarified espresso martini. I've got this canned. This is actually espresso martini mix. No alcohol. Just add alcohol to it and do a clarified thing. I got that. It's all good. Safa, I feel like I didn't drink that much on Friday night. I was pretty good on Saturday. Oh yeah, Labor got their worst ever vote in their worst ever primary vote in the Tassie election. So, but I feel like let me have a look. ABC published a graphic of just how much Labor's dominating the parliament at the moment. Let me see if I can find it, because I did see it earlier. Videos. Okay, maybe. Where's the search function for this site? I'll just put Parliament. Filter search results by, yeah, okay. Parliament declared open. Where's wait, is this it? I just thought the oh no, that's a talky bit. Where is it? I'm going to look one more thing. Is seats. No, you know what? I can't fucking find it, so fuck it. Safra, I didn't need an app on Saturday. I did fairly well. Yeah, God, I feel like we talked so much on Friday in a good way. Earth W, Kat is really funny. I did see a headline about Katter's speech. I don't want to, but in certain ways, I think Bob Katter Senior has more integrity than a lot of politicians, and in other ways, I think Bob Katter's totally fucking nuts. In fact, I think both are true. I think he has a core integrity that is greater than the integrity of a lot of politicians. I also think he's nuts. Neil, do you think you made a dick at yourself from me? I don't think so. It was a very good night, basically. W. Catter was on the mark today. Must have remembered his medication. Yeah. I think Bob Katter broadly probably has a more genuine dedication to his constituency than a lot of politicians, but also he's fucking nuts and can lose it unpredictably and surprisingly. Yes, Dr. Abigail, it's cold. My heating's not working. Yes, FW, our Wombat Man, is very good with the funny stories, definitely. So if you're saying the trumpet party got hacked, does anyone care? Yes, I think Dr. Abigail needed the distraction on Friday. Trying to be empathetic when someone needs a bit of distraction. Yes, it's always warm in your apartment where you're like 14 floors up or whatever, and it's just like, yeah, always going to be warm. But I mean, I'm probably overdoing it with this. Ooh, yes, you need the see. I feel cooler straight away. Like the instant I took that big fuzzy dressing gown off, I'm like, ooh, it is much cooler in here without the dressing gown on. Yes, SW, we had a good night on Friday night, I think. And I mean, I certainly had a couple of drinks on Friday night, but I don't think it was excessive. And I was hunky dory on Saturday. Ability, yeah, it was definitely. We all consider each other mates, I think. You got to support people when they have rough days. So it was good all round. Okay. So I think I've decided later in the week I'm going to do that revisiting old favorites video. But then I think I'm going to start scripting stuff that is always going to be cocktail hacks, maybe mostly clarified stuff. But it gives me the leeway to do syrups, batched cocktails, barrel aged, homemade liqueurs. So just be all cocktail hacks. I think that'll get, yeah, I feel like that's going to give me focus and yeah. Well, it's something to explore anyway. It's the joy of the tubies. Yeah, where's it? Oh, okay. I need to have the glasses up about here for it to be really clear. Oh my god, it's so weird. Can I do that? Okay. It's all very weird. Absolutely. Forgot to defrost meat. Having pizza. Should forget to defrost meat more often, yeah. I had pizza, well, last night and tonight. I had half of it last night and the other half tonight. Just supermarket pizza that I, just margarita. And they just chop up some bacon and then add some more cheese and air fry it. Oh, good, you're on your 5th Linux distro. Well, I hope you find the right Linux distro for you, Dr. Abigail. But I guess we will see. Oh, thank you, Justin, for finding that, because I was too lazy to keep going. So Justin has found the graphic that I was talking about, and I do just want to share it because I think it's interesting. This is the current federal parliament. It really brings home how much Labor is dominating. Labor is all the red seats around there. And then you have the crossbench. The grey is Indies, there's a green and a Qatar and something else. And then there's the Liberals and Nationals. But yeah, just visually you see the scale of Labor domination of the House at the moment. Damn, I feel like it's going to take the LNP a while to recover from this. Like Labor would have to fuck up so badly to lose the next election. It's absolutely not impossible. It's just highly improbable. Labor would have to fuck up almost beyond belief to lose the next election. But the one after that, notwithstanding the LNP are capable of fucking themselves up, I think the one after that, the LNP maybe has a chance. Yeah, you got Labor actually sitting on the crossbenches. Is this as close to a one-party system as Australia gets? I mean, it's been very rare for one party to dominate the parliament. It's not unheard of, but it's rare for one party to dominate the parliament like this. Is that Hopefully reckon tall poppy syndrome might get them? Yeah, no, I just think it would be incredibly unlikely for Labor to lose the next election. The one after, all things being equal, could be contestable, but the next one doesn't seem like it. But yeah, do I think Labor are capable of fucking up the next election? Yes, I do. I think they're absolutely capable of fucking up the next election. And Justin put up the Senate one too. And you see by looking at the Senate, Labor do not dominate the Senate. So they've got to get Greens and crossbenchers to agree with them on stuff to get stuff through the Senate. Safa, no, I don't remember what happened in fucking politics when I was 5 years old. Oh, yeah. Home for the Elderly. I really thought there was a risk of Labor fucking up at the last election. Post January this year, it seemed very unlikely, but fucking no one predicted the scale of their victory. Like from about January, February this year, it seemed almost inevitable that Labor would win the election. But Jesus, the way they romped home was freaking incredible. FW said LNP normally outnumber Labor in the Senate, so it's a good result. I mean, you would think Labor would be able to pass the majority of stuff they want to pass because the Greens and Independents in the Senate wouldn't want to be seen to be needlessly obstructive when Labor has such dominance in the lower house. Safa, the Trump tariffs and Trump generally screwed the libs. I think he definitely did not work in their favor, and Dutton definitely geared some of his early messaging to be like Trump, and he underestimated the degree to which Australians rejected that. I am so pleased. The absolute failure of Dutton right up to him losing his seat borderline renewed my faith in humanity, quite honestly. So Linux distros, Dr. Abigail, so far you've done Pop OS, Ubuntu, Kubuntu, Ubuntu, and now Linux Mint. Never using Windows, that's okay. What'd you put in the... What is that thing you... Oh, that's America. Okay. Jesus Christ. Took me longer than I'd like to admit, Justin, to work out what you just post. This is what currently is happening in the US. So that's the House. Republicans have a very, very slim majority. And as you've raised before, Justin, historically, one would expect the Democrats to storm in the midterms, and they probably will. So SW Jacinta should run every LNP election. Which Jacinta was that? I don't know. You just want the Liberals to crash disastrously every election. That's fair. I want them to crash disastrously too. I don't like them. Not at all. Not at all. Jacinta Price. Okay. Oof. Again, it's so weird that the hard right of the Liberal Party could fail so hard and yet still think they should run things. It's wild. But who knows? Will Labour do anything? Will they do anything good? Will they do anything bad? What are people going to think about them at the next election? Ugh, who knows? Yeah, Justin, it will be very interesting to see, what's that, next year, America's midterm elections? Because an absolutely real possibility is the Democrats controlling the House and the Senate. And if they do, they could actually successfully impeach Trump. Because he's certainly a criminal. He is absolutely a fucking criminal. And also a piece of shit. Not all criminals are pieces of shit, really. And not all pieces of shit are criminals. But Trump is a criminal piece of shit. Just a terrible person. Just a really awful person. And has certainly committed multiple indictable acts in this term. So yeah, I've got this thing here. Look, I can make it spin around. I've got like an ADHD fidget toy going on here. Oh, FWR right that both gerrymandering and tampering is a concern in the US, but I don't know, who knows? So for how long will Susan Ley be opposition leader? I mean, if the Liberals were smart, she will be the leader into the next election. And then she'll lose, then they can get rid of her. You're right, Justin. It's very interesting the negative impact Trump had on conservatives in Australia and Canada. If that translates into the US midterms, the Democrats could fucking sweep the elections. Who knows? I'm so hesitant to try and predict things. Absolutely. Okay, Jedi Cocktail Masters. Request for a cocktail idea for Soph. I am here. Ideas generally, but for Soph particularly, she wants something to go with salted caramel whiskey. Okay. Nice. This is worth thinking about. Of course, my initial thing is like an old fashioned, but surely we can do something more than that. I'm just thinking, like, Difford's Guide does this thing where they do best 20 cocktails by ingredient. So we could go, what are the best 20 whiskey cocktails? Could we adapt one to suit salted caramel flavor? Okay, Let's have a look. Let's have a look at this. 20, and this is bourbon cocktails, but we'll just say this is whiskey. Generali. Let's find one who we can adapt that will show off. Benton's Old Fashioned, Boulevardier, Brown Derby, Bourbon, Grapefruit Juice, Maple, Enrico Palazzo, sweet for me. So I'm not sure what you have there actually with mixes. Oh, maybe a whiskey four-parter. What's a whiskey last word? Haystack. That's got obscure shit. A highfalutin. Yeah, no, that's got weird obscure shit. We don't want something that's got weird obscure shit. A julep, a New York sour, an old fashioned. That's the one I was thinking of, a paper plane. Okay. So I don't know what you have there. If you have something like Aperol or an Amari. Cool. So what do you got? You thought a sour, a sweet and sour? I reckon the salted caramel whiskey would make a good sour. Just do a straight up whiskey sour with that, and sweet and sour is also a great name for it. Where did we get into the Schwartz? See, your Schwartz is mine. Manhattan, Sazerac, Sunset Strip, Manhattan Suite, VR Plus, Vieux Carré. I mean, that's my favorite, but it's got some borderline obscure things like Benedictine. I don't know if you had brandy or Benedictine or sweet vermouth. Yeah, I think you're onto a winner. Actually, just Hopefully, just make a sour, a whiskey sour with the salted caramel whiskey. Call it a sweet and sour, sweet and salty sour. Justin, you got a Teams message from work. Oh, damn. Yeah, no, that's a bit weird. I know several of the management where I work have a thing, like a tagline in their emails that says, I'm sending this email at a time that works for me. I don't expect you to respond outside of your normal working hours. So they're literally saying, I might be a manager sending an email at 9:00 at night, but I'm not expecting you to do anything outside of your normal work hours as a result of that, which I quite like that they take the time to do that. Yeah, so I've never asked you home for the elderly. Do you have like Benedictine or sweet vermouth? Because I certainly recommend having those things. Well, they have Scotch recipe. Let me PQRS. Okay, go. Scotch whiskey cocktails. Say here, the Affinity, Barbary Coast, Blood and Sand, a Bobby Burns, De Rigueur, Drambuie. No, a Dramble, not a Drambuie. Drunk Uncle, Explorer, Fumigator flip. Wow, okay. Heather, Junior Brothers, London Sour. A Naughty Charles. Whiskey, cherry brandy, white cream to cacao, dry with orange bitters. Okay. Oaken Shield. Perfectly Straight, Blood and Sand, Rob Roy, Are You Bobby Moore? A Scotch Sour. Velvet Old Fashioned Whiskey. What was I thinking? A Rusty Nail. I think I'm thinking of a Rusty Nail. So yeah, that's just whiskey and a honey herbal liqueur. Justin, you're switching things. Yeah. What are we doing? Oh, Streaky say you're sending me pictures. What's in the bar? Okay. Malibu. Okay. You're like me, you're getting a bunch of the Chroma Lab liqueurs because they're pretty good and they're cheap. Disaronno. Ooh. Maybe a Morgenthaler. Okay. Okay. Here's my suggestion. I've now narrowed it down to my suggestion. What the fuck? Fucking website. Fucking apps. Okay. Okay. Here's the sour you should make. You should make. No, the sweet and sour is good. You should make a Jeffrey Morgenthaler amaretto sour. So you use your Disaronno. They say 45 and 30. Like I'd go maybe even equal parts Disaronno and the salted caramel whiskey. And yeah, and then just lemon juice and a little bit of sugar. But that's the sour, I'd say. A Morgenthaler amaretto sour. Do equal parts Disaronno and the whiskey, lemon juice and sugar syrup. That is my recommendation. You're saying Soph's got a sweet tooth? I think she would really like that. So yes, your traditional amaretto sour is a bit because it's just amaretto and lemon juice and sugar. But Morgenthaler said made it much more palatable and beefed it up a bit because she split it with whiskey and amaretto. Nico, hello. Happy real pie day. Yes, well, real approximate pie day. For people who read calendars right. Oh dear. Got a few people coming just because I mentioned Pie Day tonight. That's nice. That's good. I like that. Oh, although the tiredness might be catching me. I have been having such a problem with the freaking COVID related fatigue the last couple of weeks. It's only 9:30. I don't know how much longer I'm going to last. Good. Weirding me out with your screenshots, Justin. That's all good in the hood. Oh dear. Yeah, maybe a little bit more. Maybe a little bit of my jam cocktail. This is the Lily the Pink, made with lily pilly jam, homemade lily pilly jam. Mrs. Angry makes quite good jam. I don't know if Dr. Abigail is still there. I don't think I've asked you if you tried the lily pilly jam and if you like it. Because I knew you like the rhubarb jam. So it says quite nice. Reminds her of kids' cough syrup. That's a solid recommendation. Cocktail that tastes like kids' cough syrup. I like it. Oh damn. Yes, no, I took that as a positive recommendation over the just you find it where you can automatically sync Macs to iPhones. Yeah, I think that's the thing Apple wanted to do. Brand name cough syrup. I haven't had kids cough syrup for a while, so I'm not sure. Mm. Ooh. Oh man, that's freaking yummy. It's like a little tart, little bitter, little sweet. It's got a whole bunch of things going on with it. You're still here. You've not tried it. Thought about it many times. Yummy options already. Don't like surprises. You don't want a nasty jam surprise. Oh, also, would it work like, I don't know if it's worth, should I bring my laptop, which died, over to your place? I don't know if you'd be able to fix it. Is that worth trying? Be bringing the laptop that carked it? Okay, I'll bring it. Okay, you'll fix. Okay, maybe on the weekend. Might bring it over on the weekend. I thought of bringing it in when I was going to work because I'm most of the way to your place by then, but I'll maybe just do it on the weekend. Take the laptop and the breathalyzer. You'll fix, but you will not die trying. That's okay. It's either fixable or it isn't. I'm quite philosophical about that. Not gonna stress too much. Although it's a weird fucking laptop. It is. There are several aspects of it that are very difficult to understand. So far, I've not attempted to fix the laptop. This is the discussion I'm having now with Dr. Abigail. We shall see. Have a look, give an assessment. Yeah, fix it again. Yeah, it's either fixable or it isn't. This time we remember when your Acer died. It fell apart. Oh no. Yeah, mine didn't fall apart. It just had some weird quirks and then it just fucking stopped working. And I think the weird quirks were related to the stop working. Like the weird quirks is when it wouldn't play video. Like I couldn't go live as streaming because it wouldn't do video. And then at a certain point when it was doing that weird thing, it wouldn't play YouTube videos either. And the I just had the old hacky fix of switch it off and switch it on again. And then one day it didn't work. I switched it off and it just went, yeah, you know what? Fuck you. Boot sector damaged. We're not loading. Justin, I'm not far from Parliament, actually. Nick Minute, Abigail puts Linux on it. I probably would get frustrated with bash commands. Yeah, I'd be more familiar with laptop hinges breaking too, really. But just falling apart is, oof, that's a bit rough. Yeah, well, this one hasn't fallen apart. It's still quite solid. It's just having a technical problem. Okay, what's the fucking date now? The 22nd, of course, 22nd. Okay, I need to briefly look at my barrels and things I dated. Okay. What do we got here? I got orange I was going to take out this week. That's just got thing in it. Spiced rum. It's only been in there not even 2 weeks. Yeah, and the corn and peated new make. I did not like how that looked last week, 2 months in. It tasted pretty good, but it looked good. So I think it's going to be in there another 2 months. That'd be the equivalent of aging it for 2 or 3 years in a big barrel. And I have my own peated whiskey. No, I'm not behind Parliament. No, I am not behind Parliament. I'm in the main bit of the city, but not far from Parliament. All right, so yes, FW, I live in the Parliament bar. Oh dear. So I think on Friday I'll decant my orange liqueur. This year's blood orange liqueur. And the spiced liqueur. Mostly spiced brandy, but a little bit of spiced whiskey in it as well. I'll decant those. Then I have to think what to put in the barrels. Do I want to be barrel aging something else, or will I just put some wine in them to keep them wet and put a bit of flavor into it? So if I just State Parliament have a bar, probably. I don't know. I've never been in there. Seems like a thing they'd have, though. Parliament bars look flash. Had a drink at Old Parliament bar once. Oh, nice. I have not. I've never had a drink at any Parliament. So your Melbourne office on Collins Street? Collins Street's a long street. You at the Parliament end, the Paris end, or the Docklands end? Near Spencer Street. Lots of office buildings on Collins Street. That is true. Something about these fucking glasses. These are my newest glasses, and they're just not right. Like, it's so weird. If I lift them up like that, oh look, everything is in sharp focus now. I go there and I go, oh, all right. I can't look like this all the time. I don't know what to do. You know what? Just as an experiment. Oh. I took them. I had them off in the office today. I was just kind of cleaning them, and my boss was like, "Oh God, I don't recognize you without glasses on." Oh wait, these are not the ones I thought. Who remembers these ones from a couple of years ago? See, that's good. Kinda. These are weird little glasses. The people in the optometrist were so keen for me to get these because Elliot Goblet. That's God. That's given away our age, FW. So yeah, The optometrists were very excited I was getting these because they really like them, but because they're sort of statement glasses, no one was going for them. So they're very excited I went for them. This was a few years ago. I got these ones though. They are very Elliot Goblet. Retro, yes, they are tiny. And given that I've kind of swapped to having these ones, which are really large, it's a really different thing. No, Safa, they were new when I got them. And it's just because they're such statement glasses, they were very into it. Oh, what do you have to do? 9:45. Yeah, I mean, I wore them for a year. I tend to get new glasses every year. And so I've got so many of them. These ones, I don't think these are much. Oh, they are smaller. These are smaller. Similar style to the ones I'm wearing now. God, these are really fucking tight on the side of my head because I've got a stupid, big, weird shaped head. I've had these reshaped 2 or 3 times so far. At least that's in thing. I don't know. I think they've done something wrong with the lenses on these. I don't know if they can redo them. Safa, you can go and check my YouTube to work out when I started wearing glasses. Because I got them way later than I should have. Because it's like the day after I got glasses, I went, oh, wait, the world's in that sharp focus. Is it really? Oh, my God. I should have gotten glasses years before I did. But you can go and check on my YouTube channel when I started wearing glasses. Because I was not wearing glasses when I started my YouTube channel. But I don't remember all that clearly. Like, probably 15 plus years ago. But like I said, you go back and check. Sometime in my 40s anyway. Suffered. I mean, my dad wore glasses. Yeah, my parents both wore glasses. Not everyone in my family, not all my siblings wore glasses. My parents did, though. Sorry, this is just like a fidget toy for me. The way it was, okay, this was a label off a bottle of booze and a little stretchy thing, which was around the neck of the bottle and just a little tag. And I got bored and I don't know, I did this on here and there's a little bit of the elastic there. And if I twist it, then it does this tension and it spins around. It does that, then do it the other way. And it's just like a fidget toy. Which, my troubled mind likes having a fidget toy. No, just when you're there, one of your family doesn't need glasses. There you go. Yeah, it can be a very variable thing. I mean, how long have glasses been around? A couple of 100 years? I don't actually know. I feel like it's a couple of 100 years. We're on the internet. What does the internet say? When were eyeglasses invented? Late 13th century. Earliest known pair appearing in 1286. Holy shit. Concept of using lenses to improve vision have been explored earlier. Suggestions from the Arab scholar Ibn al-Halim. Development of reading stones. Wow. Okay, that is longer than I thought. Generally agreed they're invented in Italy in the 13th century. Holy shit. 800 years ago. Basic ones were invented 800 years ago. Holy shit. That's pretty fucking wild, honestly. I thought it would be maybe 300 years ago. I did not expect it to be 800 years ago. But there you go. We learned something. And Justin, you may well have seen an AI video that show glasses evolved over time. But yes, the version from 800 years ago would look very different. And you probably had incremental changes over 600-700 years, and then I think radical changes from the late 19th century on. Retro, your eyes are getting bad. Can't read from the computer. Had to increase the page size. Yep. That's a glasses thing. I mean, honestly, I probably fucking should, quite honestly. Been trying to, these are my newest glasses, and I know there's something just wrong. Yeah, I am, okay, so like the distance, like watching TV or just looking, great. Something close here, my phone, great. Trying to look at the screen there, it's fucked. I kind of need to do this. So I think I need to go back to the optometrist and go, look, I don't know, these lenses are just fucking wrong for me because my job is looking at a computer and I can't be doing this because I get a sore neck. Richard, you've got computer glasses. W overdue 2 or 3 years. I had an eye test I think it was probably earlier this year, certainly in the last year, because I thought maybe they want to revise my prescription, but they didn't. So I'm being a good boy and getting things tested. Yeah, Justin, you know my opinion of AI generated, and it's cool. You like I said, I don't pick on individual people for enjoying the use of AI generated stuff and whatnot. But I will assert very aggressively the AI companies are evil, fucking exploitative pieces of shit who have openly stated they don't have a business model if they have to pay for the content they steal. They are pieces of shit. They are lying, evil fucks. And we are not going to get taken over by Skynet AI. We are probably just going to have our lives made miserable by poorly coded AI being oversold to businesses and government, and that it cannot effectively do what the evil tech bro fucks say it can do. That is the most likely scenario of our lives being made miserable by AI. It's not going to be malevolent, self-aware AI trying to exterminate us. It's badly coded out. Wackus, you are correct. I misspelled the title. You are absolutely correct. And I did not realize it. And in fact, one of my regular viewers was making jokes about it. And I did not get the joke because I didn't realize I'd misspelled the title. Rhetoric, your job will be taken by AI. I don't think mine will, but it's hard to be sure. Like, I can use large language models to be a very helpful tool in my job. But because I'm, like a people person, I don't think AI is going to take my job, but who fucking knows? We're all at risk of shonky AI salespeople convincing shitty bosses or shitty governments that they should deploy substandard AIs that actually do jobs really badly. I'm convinced that is the greatest danger of AI. Soulless tech bros selling bullshit to shitty managers and governments. Because I have an incredibly low opinion of those AI companies. They are scumbag liars and totally untrustworthy. And that's another huge negative of the AI shit, Retro. The data centers they need to run use and waste a ridiculous amount of water and energy. So for AI will not fix productivity. Again, don't get me started. I think you probably like it when I rant. The whole thing with economists, governments talking about productivity is fucking horseshit. It is made up bullshit. It's not a real thing. Justin, you don't think it will have the effect? What effect are you thinking people say, and what are you disagreeing with? Like I say, I disagree with the idea that super intelligent AI will kill us all. As I've just said a couple times, I think the big danger is shit, badly coded AI that does a bad job of doing your job, takes your job anyway, because soulless tech bro fuckheads sell it. Retro production underwrite insurance. Oh man, I worked in insurance back in the day too. I could see AI being used to administer insurance, actually, give it a set of rules, assess risk and whatnot, and then it would make really shitty decisions that no one takes responsibility for. A program can't take responsibility. A human has to take responsibility. And humans are fucked at taking responsibility. Aren't you seeing Friendly Geordies on Thursday? Oh, I hope it's a good show. Hope you enjoy it. Don't know what he's like these days. Don't know what he's up to. But I hope you have a good time at the show. And good on you for supporting live performance. Oh my God. Oh, that's so yummy. Sorry. My homemade liqueurs are so fucking yummy. So what did I miss? SW, who's sitting on the comfy seats in Parliament? How comfy are the seats in Parliament? Oh, sorry, heaps of AI. Sorry, I missed it. I think they're more artificial stupidity on the seats in Parliament. Which used to be somewhat challenging in an intellectual way. Now it's about how long it takes to do applications, reading records. Yeah. I worked for an insurance company for probably 3 or 4 years, a couple of years in customer service, running a team, and then a couple of years in the IT section as a business analyst. That's where I switched over to be an IT worker, to be a business analyst, working for an insurance company. Friendly Geordies has had at least 2 marriage proposals in his show. He's a sexy man. That jawline, that's going to get him proposals. Because, yeah, he was a model at one point, wasn't he? With that jawline, I'm not surprised he gets marriage proposals. Oh, man. I don't know why that little brown sugar liqueur I made. Super yum. Retro, you've considered that career now, just ready to retire in 12 years. Yeah, I think I've eased into a job where I'm going to stay in it to retire. Oh, see, okay. Hopefully, you're asking. I assumed Juzzy thought it was meant someone proposed to him, but it is actually people proposing to their partners at his shows. See, I thought you were saying people propose to Friendly Geordies. Marry me. Oh, What an idiot I am, honestly. And yeah, evidently I don't have a high opinion of them either. Attention seekers. Oh, I'm gonna get ready for. Look, I did survive the whole 2 hours. That's tiny miserable friggin' cherries. I'm gonna open a new jar of cherries. Does that mean will I order some booze from a cheap booze place? Oh, nice gay proposal. Well, that's nice. Now I have marriage equality. You can do that on him. Oh my god, those cherries are so good. Maybe order something from Nick's because they have the cheapest cherries. Who knows? Retro. Well, how many are still in here? There's like 3 cherries still in here. Yeah, I might open a new jar on Thursday or Friday. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, you fine and funky folk take care. I feel like I have the idea for the future direction of my cocktail channel. I'm going to start working on that. But I do, just because I've had an idea, I do want to revisit my old favorites. Bye, Madam Butterfly. We were talking about tip for a late night movie. Hopefully, what are we talking about there? The current plan is for a Saturday stream, Safa, not date night this week. But, you know, things happen. I'll keep you posted on the Discord. Thanks, Retro. I enjoy sharing stuff about cocktails. Yeah, but the plan this week is to stream Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Always an asterisk. Something could happen that stops me from streaming, but we'll no. What did I watch in the movies actually over the weekend? I did watch the French classic Les Samouraïs. It was very interesting, and I kept thinking the whole time it would be interesting to remake this because this is France in 1970, and so many things are different now. What was the other movie I watched? My fucking brain stopped working. It was The Amateur. Remy Malek as a nerd CIA analyst who decides he wants to kill the people who killed his wife in a terrorist attack. It was not bad, actually. Not one of the greatest movies ever, but it was not bad. So yeah, on the weekend I watched new movie, The Amateur, and classic French movie Les Samouraïs, because I'm fucking artsy. So you'll take care. I'll be back later in the week, probably on Thursday. And I think I am going to shoot the video where I go, hey, I declared these my favorite cocktails 2 or 3 years ago, and I haven't even tried them in 2 years. Let's make them again and see if I still think they're really good cocktails. So you'll take care. I will see you another time, but I will say bye for now. And Safa, I'm going to be watching. Okay, I am just going to throw this in before I go. So, Star Trek, Strange New Worlds, new episodes dropped at the end of last week. So on the weekend, I went to watch them with Mrs. Angry. And of course, it started with previously on Star Trek, Strange New Worlds. And Mrs. Angry's looking at all the stuff, and she said, I do not remember any of this. And I said, well, do you want to rewatch season 2? And she said, yes. So we have been rewatching season 2. We will probably finish our rewatch of season 2 tomorrow, and then we'll watch new ones on the weekend. But Star Trek, Strange New World, good series. So you'll take care. All things being equal, see you on Thursday night. If you're not here, I hope you're having a good life. If I'm not here, I hope I'm having a good life. But I will say bye for now. Bye.